when I was growing up. I guess I was around 17 years old. I could have been a little younger. It's hard for me to remember. I'm 58 years old, and when you start getting old, you start forgetting. You remember what's close at hand. That's the way I am now. I play well. I always play well. That's my goal. Anyway, one thing I noticed about Elvin Jones, Max Roach, Philly Joe, they all had this wonderful power and this wonderful air in their playing. The air came about through the ride cymbal and the hi-hat. But at the same time, they had this wonderful air. They had a wonderful power, a big boom power. And you could tell that they were actually masters of the drum set. So I staked my life out on learning this system, and I got it. Right now, I got about 316 videos up, and we got another week coming up at the Terrace. We have Joel Newton, the very wonderful Joel Newton, who plays guitar like a good friend of mine and a good friend of his, Rob Sheps. As a matter of fact, Rob Sheps introduced me to this man. So I gave him a shot, and he really played some tremendous guitar. And I have the wonderful Lou Scott, who actually plays bass with Melba Moore currently. He's very fine. He can play anything you can give him. Anything you put in front of him, he can play it. And he plays it well. He doesn't sound like he's playing the music. He sounds like he's playing the music, but his own interpretation, which is correct with the chords. And Philly Joe, Max, and Elvin, and Roy Haynes were all friends of my brothers. My brother, he passed away about 5 or 6 years ago. Earl Buster Smith. He was the one that took me to the drums when I was 2 years old. But this system came out of my seeking mind to discover how Max and Elvin could play so fast with the right hand, and yet and still at the same time have that left hand and that foot in there. So it took me 20 some years to get it together, but I did get it together. And the testament is, check my videos out and count the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you will see the one coming out every time, no matter which hand I use. Sometimes I come out on the left side on the one, sometimes I come out on the right side on the one. I do all kinds of crazy things on the drum set. Whatever I feel, I do, and it all works. And my students are a testament that it does work. You can find their videos on YouTube too. Again, I'm going to show you the diagram of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here it is again. Practice it on your drums. I put the hi-hats in there. The 2, 4, and the 6 to the right. The 2, 4, and the 6 to the left. Try it. You'll really like it. But you got to take some time. You got to be patient with yourself. It's not going to happen overnight. It took me 20 years to discover the system. And it took me another 20 years to perfect the system. So take some time with yourself, and don't get mad at yourself if you don't get it right away. You're not supposed to get it right away. I'm the one that found it, and it took me 40 years to perfect it. So you guys can take a little time, 10 years. If you're going to play drums every day for the rest of your life, then you can perfect this thing in your lifetime. And it's wonderful. You will perfect it. Practice every day. Remember, 2, 4, and 6 to the right, 2, 4, and 6 to the left. Practice hard. Study my videos. You're going to see that it really, really works. Ciao. Marvin Bugalu Smith signing off for the Marvin Bugalu Smith Flow System.